welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And welcome back to another episode of the GVO show, people. We're back again with Alfie, as we always are on a Monday. But yeah, make sure to go and subscribe to Alfie's channel. His link is in the title, people. And yeah, we're gonna get into everything. Everything. Because it's been a hectic day when it comes to news, especially. But make sure to leave a like as you're coming in, people, if you're watching this live or on the playback. And also subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1K as soon as possible, people. But yeah, Ten Hag has been sacked. That's been the breaking news. Uh, yeah, Alfie, instant thoughts, bro, because that's the breaking news of the whole day.
I'm gonna set the scene for you, yeah. I'm sat there chilling. I'm
Yeah.
doing nothing. I'm just sat there chilling, scrolling through my phone. All of a sudden, it pops up: Sky Sports News, Manchester United have sacked Ten Hag. I'm in instant shock because I didn't think they were going to have the balls to sack him this early, but
Mm-hmm.
it was bound to happen at some point. You just felt like they were going down that road of it's only going to get worse the longer they keep him in the job. But as far as what they do now, I have no idea.
Yeah, big up to the chat people as well that come in. So big up to Charlie, big up to Warrior, big up to Footy Judge Mohair Gel. But yeah, as Warrior said here, the result is making me see a lot of happy Man United fans. Fuck's sake, Mikes. Exactly. It's like a backhanded like win. We'll get into the game very briefly, but it's mainly about the news. But yeah, as Warrior said, people like the video as you're coming in, and yes, it should have been us because the candidate to replace them is someone that we refused to pay compensation for in the summer and got Lopetegui instead, Ruben Amorim. Now, the problem with this, listen, instant thoughts from me, I think it's a good appointment if they get rid of the players that they have. If they get rid of the players they have and refresh their squad and they get the players that the manager wants, then yeah, it's a good appointment. But nothing's going to change. And I said this with any new manager. Ten Hag should go, obviously, but any new manager that comes in is going to still have to deal with the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford and Garnacho and all these meaty players. Martinez has
Anthony.
fallen off a cliff. Yeah, Anthony is terrible. Luke Shaw is always injured. Like we saw Dalot can't hit a barn door from 5 yards. Probably the worst miss of the whole time I've watched football. I'm not gonna lie, because that is
It's
worse than
definitely miss of the
Torres.
season. It's definitely miss of the season.
Yeah, but we're gonna get into everything. I know the Ballon d'Or thing is happening right now as well. People, we don't know who the fuck's won it. I don't really care. But if anyone, if it does come up, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it because Vinicius has walked out. Uh, what's it? Not even Bellingham and none of the Real Madrid people have turned up. But back to Man United. The thing is with this whole Amorim situation as well. Like he's a good manager. It's a manager that they should have got in the summer. It's a manager that they should have paid compensation for in the summer. When you're looking for all these managers and then you decide to strictly go with Ten Hag after looking for all these managers, like your thing doesn't really make any sense because people are going to make this look like it's some idiot's genius decision. Well, you should have got him in the summer. Like you pretty much wasted everyone's time. You've wasted everyone that's a Man United fan's time because you waited until 2 days before Halloween or 3 days, whatever, 3 days before Halloween for you to actually sack the manager. And you were only saying just before the recent international break you were going to give him time. So you look bad either way. And I said this a long time ago. If they stick with him, they look bad because they just get worse and worse and worse. And if they sack him, it makes it they still look bad because they're going back on a decision they made 2 months ago. So they don't exactly really look like they're in control and know what they're doing exactly. But what do you think?
I when they decided that they were going to keep Ten Hag on after the end of last season, I was sat there in shock, thinking, "How the fuck are you going to give a manager more time, despite the fact he's got put you in your worst finishing position in the Premier League history for Manchester United? They were piss poor last season. They lost 14 games,
Mm-hmm.
and yet they still thought that an FA Cup papered over the cracks.
Yeah,
And has it worked? It hasn't, because right now, as it stands, United are without a manager and they're sat 14th in the league.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with Man United as well. Like they use PR to support their decision. Like the thing is, there was always going to be backlash with the Ten Hag decision, like keeping him. We're in the summer because there's the Man United fan base were divided. Yeah, but you use the PR of winning a trophy to pretty much brush it under the carpet, and it hasn't worked. I've never seen Man United 14th. I've never seen Man United 14th. And the only time I've seen a big club that low is maybe Chelsea 15, 16. I don't know whether they were that low at one point, but you guys were that low in the lockdown season.
Yeah, we were 15th at one point.
Exactly. So, like, we don't see that happen often. So you got. I'm looking at the recent 8 games. He won 1 of the last 8. 1 in the last 8. Yeah, big up to Busty as well.
One in the last 8. Played a fullback in the number 10 role in the Europa League.
Mm.
It just felt like he was making it up as he went along.
Oh, for sure, and even the game yesterday, cool. It was a win. It was a win. Like, we won the game. Woohoo! But like it papers over the cracks for us, yes. But talking from a Man United perspective, I don't know how they didn't win the game, because they should have finished their first 3 chances in the first half. I don't know if Fabianski made a great double save. Dallo missed an open goal, but we changed it up in the second half. We made substitutions. Our manager was proactive, even though I don't rate him. He was proactive, at least with his subs. Somerville coming on, especially, gave us a new outlet who should have started. And Wan-Bissaka, again, outstanding. And that was the difference. Like, we shouldn't even conceded that goal in the first place, but they should have had 3 goals in the first half. That's the difference. That's the difference between us and them, really. We put our chance in the back of the net when we actually started to create chances. That's the only problem with us. We need to create. And the first 3 games, I was saying we need to put chances away. And well, because we were actually creating quite a bit of chances, but now I'm saying we need to create again, which means we've gone backwards, even from the start of the season. So that's with us, and we've fucked ourselves over, and it really looks like we Man United have done us. They pulled our pants down and absolutely raw dogs and spanked us like galore. Because literally, we should have paid the compensation for Amorim in the summer when Moyes went, which is what we should have done, and we didn't. Cool, but now you got Lopetegui. You backed him. He's got a win now, but he's kept his job for another 2 months. Just off that one win. Because there was all the talk about 3 games left. That talk is going to disappear very quick. Because he's won 1 game. And we weren't that good. At all. Like, I didn't think anyone was going to get sacked. That's why I wasn't buying into the El Sakiko thing. Because I thought, okay, Man United won the previous game, so he would have kept his job for another couple of months. Because that's what they used to do under the Glazers. But under Ineos, they're like, nah, we're not doing that around here. We're not doing that around here. But that's Man United for you. Like, get Amorim in. He's got a big job on his hands. I don't think they can expect instant results from him. The only thing is, he needs to stick to his principles no matter what. And what he needs to do is just be a coach and nothing but that. Don't buy into the just play a big name for the sake of it, because that's what's fucked over the previous managers. Don't let player power overtake you. The problem is, I'm not completely sure about Ineos in general, because they've still given 300k to Bruno Fernandes, who, by the way, had a 0 out of 10 performance yesterday. One of the biggest stinkers of the season so far. Genuinely terrible. Rashford and Garnacho. Well, Garnacho it was never it. And Rashford ain't been it. He ain't been the hype that he was meant to be. This meant to be player that he's trying to be for years. He's never been it.
It's a flip-flop.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 1 good season, 1 bad season all the time. But now he's having 2 bad seasons in a row. 2 very bad seasons in a row.
You brought this up on countless occasions. People seem to think that Marcus Rashford only came through like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
He didn't. He come through in 2016. We all saw the dramatic rise that Marcus Rashford had. Yeah. We're all sat there thinking this guy's going to be the next Wayne Rooney. This guy's going to score a lot of bags of goals. But it's just not happened.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this is another manager. This is I think their 6th or 7th manager. I can't remember who since Fergie. So it's Moyes, Mourinho, Van Gaal, Solskjaer. Rangnick was an interim. So Ten Hag, Amorim, 6. If you're counting Amorim interims, it's 8 because Giggs, Carrick, and Rangnick. But or if you're counting interims, actually, it's 9. But this is their sick manager. They got to get this to work. They got to get this to work. And the thing is, Amorim's a really good manager, and he can get them to at least top 4, which is probably should be bare minimum for them. But they want to probably go back to the promised land. Whether you can do that, I don't know. But I think he's the right appointment. It's just whether you give him the tools. And you claimed in the summer that you couldn't buy anyone. You couldn't spend as much as you actually wanted to. And we saw that transfer window. Like those were players that were signed under Ten Hag. So now some of these players that were signed under Ten Hag might not be good enough under Amorim now. You signed Mazzarari. Will Mazzarari fit into this wing back system? Will Lenny Yoro come in be the same after his injury? He's still young. We don't know. We don't know what players are going to survive and what players aren't. And are you going to be as ruthless as you say you are? Are you going to kick out these big names because you just gave Rashford a new contract? I mean, not Rashford, Bruno. You just gave Bruno a new contract. So I don't get it.
I mean,
I don't get it.
we've had this conversation many times before. Whenever a Man United manager gets sacked and there's a new option that's going to come in, we always have the conversation of they need to have the backing. They need to incorporate their system. They need to not be they need to just focus on coaching. We've had this conversation so many times, and it's always been the same thing happening, and nothing ever seems to change.
Yeah, and that's Man United for you, people. That's Man United for you. We'll see what happens next with Amorim. I thought Van Nistelrooy was going to be the interim for a few games.
Well, I honestly thought they were going to give it to Van Nistelrooy till the end of the season, but that's just me.
Yeah, I thought maybe a couple months, and then they can give them time, some breathing space, and all that. But I guess they don't want to. I guess they want to act quick. But maybe it's just for the Chelsea game, and that Van Nistelrooy will be there, and then maybe they'll get the appointment over the line, either this week or next week, and then Amorim can analyze his squad, etc. That means Gyökeres will be leaving because Gyökeres just wants to play under Amorim. That's the thing he said in the summer. He wants to play under Amorim. So it won't be any, unless, let's be honest, Man United ain't getting him because they've got Højlund and Xerxes. So he's going to move eventually.
We'll take him.
You should take him, but you don't spend any
exactly.
fucking money.
Exactly.
Speaking of Arsenal,
oh,
Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2. That's a perfect segue. Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2. Now, to anyone that didn't catch a match reaction yesterday, what did you think of the game?
Going into the game, I would have taken a point. But as the game went on, you kind of sat there thinking, we were 2-1 up at half time. Just go out there and kill the game off. Go out there and get an extra goal, kill the game off, and then sit back. But you could see from the start of the second half, you could see that Liverpool set the pace again and put us under pressure. Obviously, Gabriel and Timber both went off injured. I've been told that the Gabriel injury isn't too serious. I don't know about Timber. And then obviously after that situation, both those players coming off, Liverpool equalised with 9 minutes to go, and I'm sat there fuming.
Bro, I wasn't too completely sure that Arsenal would lose the game. I said draw before the game, but I didn't think it'd be like that because you guys completely outplayed them in the first half, and then you guys completely fucked it in the second half. What changed?
I have no idea what changed, but all I know is as soon as Gabriel went off and you had Kivior at centre back, our hearts were going because he just ain't it. He just ain't it. He was all right in the second half of last season playing in that left back role, but since then he's just not been it.
Fair enough. So the Gabriel injury is not serious then?
I've been told it's not serious, but I'm just waiting to hear further updates coming through the Arsenal camp.
Well, you got inside sources like that, yeah?
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
This fucking man, ex-Arsenal employee over here, bro. But if the Gabriel injury is not serious, then yeah, you guys would be fine. You got Newcastle away and Chelsea at home. Do you guys need to take 6 points out of that if you've now drawn to Liverpool whilst being 5 points behind Man City?
We need to take 6 points off both those games, but will we take 6 points? I'm not too sure. Because obviously you saw what happened at St James's Park last season. And Chelsea are on a really, really steady rise at the moment, picking up another win yesterday against Newcastle. So 2 very, very tough games. Like you said, we should probably take 6 points from both of those, but will we? That's in someone else's hands.
Is it Chelsea away or Chelsea at home?
I think it's Chelsea at home.
Oh, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be fine. Like, if it was Chelsea away, I'd actually think you guys would lose that. I know you guys are good away from home, but I just don't expect Chelsea to lose to Arsenal at home, no matter what Chelsea it is. Like, you guys literally drew at Pochettino's Chelsea. Wait, let me get up your fixtures actually. Because what is what's concerning you right now? If you're with what you see with Arsenal right now.
I think I'd probably say the main thing that concerns me is our discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, thankfully, yesterday we didn't pick up any red cards, which is always a bonus.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole red card situation needs to be knocked on the head pretty quickly if we are to be title contenders. I think it was even said before the game. Paul Merson even said that if Liverpool were to beat Arsenal, Arsenal were out of the race.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I said, the main thing that we need to take care of is the discipline. Other than that, we just need to grab games by the scruff of the neck a lot more. I mean, I even saw a comment in the chat saying that it seems like every single time Arsenal score, we park the bus. We can't do that if we want to push on and be this team that everyone needs to. If the team that needs to win the league, we can't do that if we're parking the bus every time we score. We need to go in for the kill. Simple as that.
Do you think you've lost that after your first season in the Premier League, like in terms of like battling for the Premier League? You were very front-footed, very attacking team. Then he tries to change that the next season. Pretty much, you're trying to play more controlled, sitting back a bit more. That's why Timber was brought in for Zinchenko, and then you've kind of got more and more defensive on top of that from last season. Do you think you've lost your attacking impetus because you've changed?
Well, I can definitely see that there's a change in the way that we attack. Like you said, the first season that we were challenging for the league, the attack was very front-footed. It was very in your face. It was very in for the kill, that sort of thing. And then obviously we kind of tried to sit back a bit more and be a bit more controlled, like you said. But now I just don't really see much attacking threat right now. And it all comes back to the situation of we needed a striker and we haven't had one. We haven't brought one in.
Yeah, speaking of striker, Shai Havertz's purple patch has come to an end too. Like, what's going on with Havertz? As soon as he's not scoring, people kind of see what kind of player he is, because we've been saying this for a while.
I'm trying to think. When was the last game that Havertz scored?
Oh my god. In the Prem, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got the fixtures here. Hold on. Let me stop sharing the screen. But by the way, it's Chelsea away.
Oh, it's Chelsea away.
It's Chelsea away. No, he scored against Southampton, to be fair.
Oh yeah, he did score against Southampton.
But at the same time, this is what Havertz does. Like, he goes on a purple patch and then disappears. This is what Chelsea fans, they weren't just saying it for the sake of it. Like, we saw this with how they used to play in the back end of the season. Like, Havertz used to turn up and then he would disappear for the rest of it. So, but listen, it's these fixtures. Obviously, forget Preston, Newcastle, Inter, Chelsea, Forest. Oh my days, Sporting. Joy is the only one I can say that you'll definitely win. Yeah, is Newcastle. In my opinion, I know Newcastle away is hard, but Newcastle aren't good. But look at these fixtures. What do you make? What do you make of these?
Very, very tough games.
Yeah.
Safe to say that we are. I don't really want to use this phrase because I feel like it's a phrase that's chucked around a lot, especially right now with with the current way things are going. But it's safe to say, with those fixtures, Arsenal are really in the thick of it.
Not my days. My days. But yeah. Like Chelsea away is going to be hard. Like
Yeah,
3 away games in a row. Newcastle, Inter, and Chelsea. That could take a toll on you. But also, I feel like you guys are literally just going to go for the draw against Inter and Chelsea. Like you'll go for the win against Newcastle because you'll probably have most of the ball. But we saw this against Atalanta and was it Atalanta and Tottenham back to back. You kind of just sat back and just waited for your chances to come. Like you scored a set
yeah.
piece against Tottenham. Like I feel like Chelsea away. I can't call that one, but we ain't got to talk about that until a couple of weeks. But like that's until the next.
That's Super Sunday as well. So
these are your last games until the next international break. So you
yeah,
got to end on a high, and then you come back against Forest. Forest are good this season.
yeah.
Yeah. So, oh wow. Okay, like look at this year. Hold on. Wait. If I scroll like this, look at the table. 5 points behind Man City now. You still in the race?
I want to say I don't want to say anything too early. I mean, despite the fact that we're looking a bit shaky right now, we are still only 9 games in. We haven't even hit midway point.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really want to say whether we're still in the race or whether we're out of it completely. But I feel like the next few games that we've got, obviously with Newcastle and Chelsea being the next 2 games in the league, those games are going to be a test of our mettle and whether we've got the depth and the desire to go on and do what we want to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 5 in the back United debut. Yeah, we literally just talked about that on the first subject. Amorim to United. It's a bit of a slap in the face, really, but it is what it is.
But does Amorim play 5 at the back?
Yeah, 3-4-3.
Great, they're going back to the days of Van Gaal.
He's kind of similar mold in a way. In a way, it's a similar mold, but it's a bit more progressive. I think he's a really good manager, but I mean, you would have faced him in a few weeks because you got Sporting,
Yes.
but you probably beat them now. Well, you probably would have beaten them anyway, but it's just like they're not going to have the manager of Amorim's caliber. You're still going to have to come up against Gyökeres, Marcus Edwards, and Inacio, all these players like Goncalves and all these players. But when I've watched them in Europe, because I don't watch the Portuguese league, legit, like they just play really well. Like they actually beat you guys.
Yeah, I was actually going to say as well. Even though you said that we should probably beat Sporting in the Champions League, they're not a team to be taken lightly. We struggled against them in the Europa League a couple of seasons ago, and they knocked us out. So it's still going to be a tough game, but we should win.
I know Charlie and Fuego are debating about Rodri and Vinicius Jr. about the Ballon d'Or, but listen, Rodri's not a bum. He's like, I don't get why people have a thing with a CDM winning the Ballon d'Or, but it's just like my thing is I don't give a shit. I've not given a shit about the Ballon d'Or for years. I don't care about the Ballon d'Or. Like the thing is, I stopped caring about the Ballon d'Or when Lewandowski should have won it a long time ago, and Messi got it.
Facts.
And listen, Messi, I love Messi. Messi's my favorite player ever, but Lewandowski should have won it, and then Messi won it, and then Lewandowski won it the next year. Like who cares? It doesn't matter. It legit doesn't matter.
Messi should have won it last year.
Yeah, individual awards. Who cares? It's a team sport, and we're arguing about individual awards. Who cares? Legit. But yeah, big rebuild for Man United. Arsenal 2-2 against Liverpool. You guys outplayed them, but as you said, you took the foot off the brake, like in the second half. Like I guess part of it could have been because of injuries, but despite the fact that Saka scored an amazing goal, yeah, you're still rushing him back. Like you played him instantly. You played Timber instantly, and he went down.
Yeah.
So like, what does like with the whole Gabriel thing? The injury may not be serious, but Arteta's probably like, can he walk? Yes, I'm gonna put him in the next game. That's what he's like. That's what he's like, bro.
So
I'm,
like,
I'm, I'm, I'm not disagreeing with you. It's exactly what it's like. And funnily enough, the same thing happened to both Gabriel and Timber yesterday. They both went down, tried to carry on, and then went down again.
like this is the thing as well. He has to win it this season, and he has
Yeah,
no excuses because Liverpool didn't spend any money apart from a squad player and a player that's going to join next year. And Man City have De Bruyne and Rodri injured. De Bruyne, we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne, like one of the best players in the Premier League, and we're talking about Rodri, the best six in the world,
yeah,
and the most crucial player to Man City probably. So you don't really have an excuse when it comes to injuries either, and you had a transfer window to deal with that. So it's now coming all back. It's now coming back to bite you. Reckon you'll do any business in January?
we should, but whether we will, I don't think so.
Because you guys don't really spend in January.
And I feel like even if we did do business in January, it'd be the bare minimum.
It'd be like a cheap loan or some shit.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Like, this is your opportunity to capitalize. This is City are meant to be the wounded animal right now. Like,
Yeah, they're still pulling out results.
And they ain't even good right now. They're never good
No.
at this stage of the season. They're somehow first. They only beat Southampton 1-0. So you know Pep is gonna go back and like, I'm gonna tweak this, and in January they're just gonna look 10 times better. As they always do. If that's the thing, Damien, they should go out for centre forward next summer. And if they don't, they're fucking blind as fuck because they don't do anything in transfer windows. Like they should have had a way better transfer window than they already did. Like they signed Calafiori, Marino, Sterling, and Sterling was only an opportunity. That was it. And it was only because Nelson left. Was Sterling on the bench, by the way?
Yeah.
So Jesus is a winger over Sterling now.
I don't even know.
So when Saka is injured, Sterling is the one. That means Jesus is a winger over Sterling. What the fuck? You didn't even sign him then. What was the point of signing him?
Oh.
I mean, Arteta does have a history of Russian players, but I just realised the most infamous one for me when he pushed Partey back on the pitch.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that one hilarious. Like Partey was literally like, "I need to go." And when he pushed him on, Partey was still stumbling trying to get on the pitch.
Yeah.
You can't do that to your uncles, man. You can't do that to your uncles. But moving on, another game that happened on the weekend wasn't in the Premier League, the El Clasico.
Yes.
Real Madrid got smacked up 4-0 by Barcelona in their own ground. I watched the game. I know you watched the game as well. What did you think of the game?
I think this was the most convincing Barcelona win in terms of scoreline that I've seen since the years of when Pep was in charge and Barcelona spanked Real Madrid 5-0 at the Nou Camp. They were, and as we were mentioning before we started the stream, the amount of times that Real Madrid got caught offside. I mean, fair enough. Barcelona play a very high line, and you can see that they play a high line.
Mm-hmm.
But as a professional footballer, you should find ways to get around that.
Yeah. It's also very hard to get past the high line that's calculated. Like, they don't just play a high line for the sake. Like, Bayern Munich did the same thing. I watched Barcelona Bayern Munich, and Bayern struggled with this exact same thing. The only thing they could do was try and get around them and take them on 1v1. It's like Mbappe and Vinicius thrive off the same spaces. So when the other person's on the right or when the other person's straight down the middle, they ain't the same player. They both want to play just off the left, cutting in. And it feels like both of them want to do the same thing. And they don't know how to find the balance. And the Real Madrid never play well, really. They never really play well, but they always manage to get over the line. You got to batter Real Madrid to get over the line, and that's exactly what they did. Even if you're 3-0 up, get the extra goal. Because that's what happened to Dortmund. Dortmund went 2-0 up, and they got battered 5-2. You got to get over the line against Real Madrid quickly.
I think the main thing that I find hilarious is not only did Lamine Yamal become the youngest goal scorer in an El Clasico, he then did the Calma celebration to the Real Madrid fans, and then proceeded to do Vinny Jr.'s dance. This kid, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This kid is different gravy.
Oh yeah.
He is different gravy. Like even when he's starting, before he even played in the Euros, I was like, this kid's going to go on and do bits.
For sure. And also, I don't know how this guy has the composure, the lack of nerves, the ability to grab games by the scruff of the neck to just casually play like that in the El Clasico at the age that he's had after winning the Euros as well. Like, even if you're that age and you win the Euros, some players just take a dive. I knew he wasn't going to take a dip or anything. I knew he wasn't going to fall off or dive quickly like most people's careers do, because Barcelona are very good at including youngsters. He wasn't the only youngster that they had. They have Cabrasi as well. First time watching him, and I forgot there's some other guy that I forgot. Keep forgetting his name. First time watching him, like legit, the way they just include youngsters and they don't look like a shell of themselves when playing first team football. What's his name? Casado. This Casado guy in midfield was just playing against Bellingham, Tchouameni, Camavinga, and Valverde, and just bossing the game. Like
They rocked up. They rocked up to the Bernabeu like they were having a kick about in the park.
oh yeah, nice kick about with the boys. Legit nice
Exactly.
kick about with the boys. Like Charlie's right. He's the best winger in the world by far as well. Like he's making wingers look stupid because he's doing it at half their age and 5 years younger than them and 7 years younger than them. And this is the thing: when a player comes through and people say, "But he's young," it's all context because there's players like that. We don't talk about their age when they're good. We don't talk
Nothing but
about
a
how
number.
young. Yeah, we don't talk about how young Haaland is. We just talk about how many goals he scores. We only talk about people's age when they're shit.
Yeah.
And we're just like, hold on a minute, give them time. It depends on the circumstance. It depends. Because there's a difference between that, like throwing your youngsters in to save you, and throwing your youngsters in because they're good enough. Man United, for example, going back to Man United, they throw the youngsters in to try and save them. Like, Mainu's good enough, but people like Garnacho ain't. Garnacho ain't good enough. The difference is with Yamal, Barcelona's academy is that good that once they're ready for the first team, they look like one of the best players in the world anyway. And Yamal's done that. And Yamal, if he keeps doing it at this level, he'll be known as world class before a lot of players. And he'll make a lot of players look fucking stupid because he's playing in the Champions League every year. He's played in the big stage. He's already won the Euros. He's already become the main man for his country. He has a trademark goal of just whipping it from outside the box, curling it in with his left foot right into the top corner. That's a trademark Yamal goal. He's not only a goal scorer, he's creative. He's
Yeah.
creative. He creates for other players. By the way, let's go to the other side. Lewandowski. He's still doing it. It's 2024.
Yeah, he
Lewandowski's
bagged the
still banging.
brace. Bagged the brace.
Should have had a hat trick as well. He missed a sitter. Like, the guy is unbelievable. Like, Lewandowski's been doing it for years. His longevity is too much. Too much longevity. Like, this guy has been doing it for years. Bayern Munich, Dortmund, now Barcelona. This guy nearly moved to fucking Blackburn in like 2012.
Yeah, if it weren't for a volcanic ash cloud, he could have been balling out at Ewood Park.
Oh, for sure. Could have been playing with Phil Jones when he was at
Morton Gams Pedersen.
Morgan Gams Pedersen, Christopher Samba. Bruv, David Dunn and all these players, like
Paul Robinson in goal.
Paul Robinson, they got Brad Friedel as well. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
Two
days.
guy.
Two guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. These Blackburn legends, bruv. And then you got Lewandowski just there. Well, it wouldn't even be the same Lewandowski that we know and love. He probably would have made a move to like Fergie's United or some shit, like for his last season. It would have been him and Van Persie just chilling.
I'm just glad that never happened, because then we probably would have never got to have seen him score 5 goals in 9 minutes for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he's been doing it year in, year out for so long now, and he needs to be respected. Like the goals he scored, they scored 2 goals in like 2 minutes as well. Like Real Madrid didn't even turn up. None of them turned up. Vinny didn't turn up. Mbappe didn't turn up. They were both terrible. Bellingham was terrible. Valverde was terrible. Like Camavinga was good in the first half, but that was it.
Mbappe got cocky for that goal that got disallowed. He got cocky for that goal that got disallowed. You see the celebration?
Yeah,
He was like, "Oh
yeah, bro." I knew that was offside. I was like, "This is offside." There's no way. There's no way he stayed up. And the thing is that one time he did score, he was offside as well. The one time he did put it in the back of the net, it was offside. Bellingham has been terrible. The thing is with Bellingham, he gets himself
like out of it with a goal. He's one of them players where he'll score but perform like shit for the whole game. It's even in the game he scored an overhead kick in the Euros. He was terrible in that game. He was fucking awful. He gets away with it all the time, but I don't know how. But he can't get away with it this season. He's been terrible this season. Real Madrid fans will get onto you and say you're not good enough for this club, like instantly, if you don't perform to their levels. Look what they did to Modric in his first season. Like they won't go. They'll go for anyone. They'll go for anyone. You got to be a different level of player to play for Real Madrid.
I mean,
Like,
fair enough. It was a different situation, but they did the same with Bale as well. It was a different
yeah.
situation with Bale, but they said you ain't it.
Facts. They went for his car.
Yeah.
Mbappe got more offsides in one game than Haaland has had in like 18 months. And the thing is, it was like 6 in the first half.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I think it was a stat, like there was 6 offsides in the first half. How? And some of them weren't even good runs. Some of them weren't even tight. Like, legit. What you're Mbappe. You're meant to be the best player. You're meant to be the best player in the world. Let's just say how it is. You're meant to be the best player in the world. You're meant to be winning the Ballon d'Or now. That's what for a player of your caliber, you're meant to be winning Ballon d'Or every year. Because you are Mbappe, you're inspired by Ronaldo. You're meant to be taking on his legacy and all that because you're at Real Madrid. You scored a hat-trick in the World Cup. How can you not stay on the side? You got to perform better like that if you want to be regarded as the best player in the world. Because Real Madrid fans will say you're not good enough.
See, the thing is, he hasn't even got to worry about like not being able to get to the ball if he's making his runs late because he's got pace. We can all see Mbappe's quick.
Facts.
He doesn't need to be going yards offside to make sure he gets the ball. You could play the ball in behind, then he could just run through. He's got pace. He's quick enough.
Exactly.
There's no need to make the early run.
You could give the defender a head start.
Yeah.
You could give the defender a head start, and then you could still run past them.
Unless, of course, that defender is Mickey van der Ven.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And speaking of like Van der Ven, Tottenham lost against Palace. All that talk, Tottenham fans. All that talk. Let me get into this real quick, yeah?
Cheer up, Pastor Cogley.
Listen, Tottenham fans, yeah? You had your fun for 1 week. Like, we were close to the table. You beat us 4-1. And then I heard all the chat, as you always do, every time you beat us, which is quite rare nowadays, is it's only West Ham. And you try and belittle us all the time. But guess what happened the next week? You did a West Ham. You did exactly what West Ham do. You lose the fixture, and you win the fixture, then you lose the next... You literally lose the next fixture.
It happened 2 times in a row. They beat Man United 3-0 and then lost 3-2 to Brighton. They beat you guys 4-1 last week and then lose this weekend against Crystal Palace.
The one time you break your London derby streak, you lose against Palace. You lose against Palace, a team that haven't won all season. So guess what has happened in the table? We're like this again. You're only just above us again. The points gap meant nothing. Now you're all crying, saying, it's not good enough and all this. It was never good enough. You just beat a poor West Ham side. Hold that. Immediately.
You beat a West Ham side that had to rely on Kudus crashing out.
Exactly. It was long after the Spurs game being over here, losing to an Aussie manager was rough. Yeah, Charlie lives in Australia, so it's even more peak for you. So taking it from the Australian manager, bro, it's just long. And listen, Ange says he wins in his second season.
That's the worst thing he could have said. That is the worst thing he could have said. It's like when Klopp announced that he was leaving before the end of the season. It's that all over again.
And speaking of Klopp, he had the balls to say, I win my league title in this season, and he did. You're not Klopp, bruv. You are not Klopp.
You ain't that guy. You're not that guy.
And you've got Man City in the cup. Now, they might play their youngsters, so you might win that.
And still win.
They might still win. Yeah, they might still win with their youngsters. Man City, I think he's going to win the Carabao. Tottenham don't win things, bro. They ain't winning shit. Liverpool will probably win it.
Man City could stick Scott Carson in goal and still win.
If you play
this
Timo
brother has still not played a game.
Yeah. He had like a 20-minute cameo in the Champions League in a group stage game once.
Yeah.
Never played.
How long ago was that?
Oh wait, he played in the Prem once actually. He played in the Prem once. It was that Newcastle game in like lockdown.
They had two keepers.
Exactly. Look at how long ago that was. He hasn't played a game in the Prem since, and yet he's still picking up a massive wage. Bro's just living life.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Like, if Timo Werner starts against Man City, you've lost the game.
Did you see that miss against Alphabet FC?
No, I didn't see it.
It weren't even a miss. He was through on goal, and he taps it so lightly. It almost rolls into the keeper's hands. I was sat there watching Expressions' reaction to the shot, and he's like, "For fuck's sake!"
I saw the reaction.
Yeah, honestly, this guy is so wishy-washy, man.
I always say every time we talk about Timo Werner, how does he find a different way to miss a big chance every time?
And I don't think he'll play another game. It won't start another game for Spurs this season. The way that Mikey Moore's been going on for Spurs, who, by the way, I think is incredible, despite obviously rivalry and stuff. I think Mikey Moore's an outstanding player. You could just see the footwork against RZ. He was brilliant.
He's doing it for the Mikeys. We need to stick together, bro. There ain't many of us left, bro. There ain't many of us left. We've got the most old-fashioned name in 2024. The fact that he's called Mikey.
Flying the flag.
Yeah, so big up to him, bro. If you're just flying the flag for the names. Pep's going to throw in the game. He's already come out and said he's going full rotation. Like, you better win that game.
Goal.
Antonio must have been Werner's idol growing up. Fuck's sake. Charlie hates Antonio. Fully hates Antonio.
Why?
Because Antonio ain't been the same for years, man. But I like Antonio, but yeah, we should be relying on him still.
He hasn't been the same since he celebrated with a cardboard cutout of himself.
Do you know what? You're actually not wrong. The funny thing is, you're not wrong. That was his last good season. To be fair, that was 3 years ago. I love Antonio, but he's 34. I don't know why we still rely on him. But it is what it is.
Is Fulcroy out injured still?
Yeah. Now, this is where I go too far. This is too far for me. This is too far. But here we are. Antonio's a top goal scorer in PL and European history. Mourinho voice, respect. That's the thing. Damien is Antonio stan. Charlie's Antonio hater. So whenever this comes up, I always love the contrasting comments. But yeah, the other games on the weekend, yeah. Now everyone saw the Saturday games and we're like, okay, we'll write them off. Now, little did they know.
Yeah.
Aston Villa Bournemouth, last minute.
Brilliant game.
Last minute. Brighton Wolves, last minute, bro.
Last minute.
My notifications
Everton Fulham, last minute.
Yep. The 3 o'clock games were mental. Brentford scored a cross. Their winner was a cross.
How did that go in?
How did the keeper not collect that? What the fuck?
That's a simple. If a ball's coming at you at that speed, that's a simple ball to pick up, and it just trickled in. Not that Brian Burma's complaining. He's like, yeah, fair enough. I got a goal. Job done.
Bro, I'm just gonna check the top goal scorers. Yeah, who do you think is second after Haaland in the top goal scorers in the Premier League right now?
Is it in Burma?
It is. He's got 8.
See, already. I've got that elite ball knowledge under my thing for a reason.
Or you just revised?
No, that was a guess. That was a guess, but I'll take that. I'll take the W.
Brian Mbeumo's had a great start to the season.
Yeah, it feels like as soon as Tony fucked off to Saudi, Brian Mbeumo saw this as his opportunity to step up and be the main man, and he's taken the ball by the horns and done exactly what he set out to do.
Yeah, he was even doing this last season as well. When Tony got banned, he was like, fuck, I'm the guy. I'm the guy now. And Mbeumo was already playing well alongside Tony. It's just that everyone concentrated on Tony.
Yeah.
So when you take Tony out of the picture, you look at Mbeumo. And he's been doing it forever for Brentford, because he was with them in the Championship as well. He was playing in the front three with Watkins and Benrahma at one point, I'm pretty sure. That was a front three in the Championship. I don't know how did they get promoted with that. But then again,
let me not speak. But with Mbeumo, like he's gone up a level year after year after year. So maybe he'll be the next to get his big move. But I think he has 2 years left. So maybe next year's his time to maybe move on and they'll cash in because it's going to be a big price as well. It's going to be a big price.
It'll be a big price and a big amount of money to then reinvest and find a replacement.
Oh yeah, for sure. So fair play to him for becoming the main man and doing this because he's finally getting the credit he deserves. Like he hasn't been getting the credit he deserves. And listen, Ipswich unlucky. Do you know what's funny about that as well? As soon as Mbeumo scored, Liam Delap nearly instantly equalised and hit the
Yes. Oh my god, that I when I first saw that, I thought that went in.
Oh, bro, I thought it was going to go in. I thought it was going to be a classic. That's a Premier League classic right there.
I think the craziest thing from this weekend, obviously, we were talking about Brentford Ipswich, but it was the equaliser that Wolves scored against Brighton. Seconds before, Brighton are 4-on-1 against Tommy Doyle of Wolves in Wolves' half. They're 4-on-1. You're thinking, 3-1, done. All of a sudden, Tommy Doyle wins the ball, plays it through to Cunha, and Cunha's hit it. It's deflected off Van Hecker and ended up in the back of the net. Honestly, it's been a crazy weekend.
Honestly, yeah, Charlie, I saw this. Calvin Phillips might be getting his contract cancelled, but I didn't trust the source, mate. I didn't trust the source. The thing is, the worst part about that is someone said that they blame Pep.
Why blame Pep?
Listen, I blame you fucking idiots out there that rated this guy in the first place. Because I've been saying for years, and I mean years, like at least 2 or 3, that this guy was a Bielsa version, where as soon as Bielsa left, his footballing ability left because Bielsa got the absolute best out of those players. Absolute best. And Leeds fans were overrating him like fuck. Like, I remember having a Rice Phillips debate when Rice was at West Ham. I was trying to tell people he's nowhere near. And the thing is, he was never that good. He was never that good. The guy was a number 10 before Bielsa was at Leeds. People got to realise this. He was only a number 6 when Bielsa went there. That's why you see him struggle so much in the first phase of play, trying to receive the ball, being physical and all that. Because you can see he's got technical ability at some level in terms of striking a ball. But that's it. He was a championship number 10. And he's struggling for Ipswich. I'm seeing the highlights, and he's still giving away the ball for Ipswich. I remember when they signed him, that's the only signing I didn't rate. No, him and Ben Johnson, 2 former West Ham players, that I didn't rate Ipswich signing. All their other signings were good. Liam Delap, I didn't think would be this good. Schmodix, Jack Clark, like Jacob Greaves, fair enough, Muric is shit.
Yeah, I was going to say I did kind of shake my head at Muric because he made a lot of mistakes for Burnley last season.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Trafford was the one making mistakes. Then they put Muric in, and he would make mistakes. So they fucked themselves. Like, again, Muric was the guy who took them up into the Premier League, so he probably should have been the first choice keeper anyway. But James Trafford was never it.
No, Trafford was living off of the fact that he saved that penalty in the under-21s Euros final.
Yeah. Also, Alfie, how do you feel about Xhaka finishing above every Arsenal player in the Ballon d'Or list?
Thanks a lot.
I didn't even know that. Man said Xhaka, you know. In the Ballon d'Or list, the football's fucking fallen off. Jesus Christ.
The game's gone.
He's like, That's the best
Fuck
Xhaka
off.
moment.
Fuck off.
That's the best Xhaka moment. Yorkshire Pirlo, more like Yorkshire pudding. That's an iconic quote from Marshy. That's an iconic quote. Big up Marshy every time from West Ham Fan TV. That's an iconic quote. That was when we lost to Nottingham Forest, and that clip went viral. Leeds fan called him Yorkshire Pirlo, more like a Yorkshire pudding, mate. Like, definitely. I don't even know how I didn't even think of that. What's it? Big Dick Decker's proper West Ham legend. Shame the only time in his career he's going to show his armpits was at West Ham. Hey! My favourite, do you know what it is? Declan Rice spent a lot of good times at West Ham. My favourite moment will be that video in the hotel where there's, I think it was singing "Freed from Desire" with the West Ham fans. Like that's the best. That's the best moment by far. Because like legit, I found some random West Ham fans. Like they were all probably peppered that night. They were all probably fucking peppered. Like And now they just celebrate with the West Ham fans, like they're in an elevator in a hotel. Like, what a fucking night! What a fucking night!
Did you ever hear Mark Noble tell that story about Declan Rice and Joe Hart?
Yeah. When Joe Hart chased him.
Yeah, chased him around London Stadium. One day, Artie, son. One day.
Yeah, Joe Hart, shit player for West Ham, but great character. Bit of a head and
Fruitcake.
shoulders question. Yeah.
Fruitcake.
It's just decent.
Every day I'm shuffling.
He's such an NPC. He's an NPC at his finest.
No, you want to talk about NPCs? Can we move on to this quickly? I saw this on one of these football accounts that I follow. Apparently, Gianfranco Zola was at the Chelsea game yesterday.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer was asked about Gianfranco Zola, and he said that he's an icon in FIFA, so he must have been good. I never watched him play, but everyone tells me he's a good player. Someone needs to PR train this boy.
I love it. I love it because you know what? He's so monotone, but
Do you know
he just says what he thinks.
Do you know what it is? I think the main reason why people take the piss out of Cole Palmer is the fact that we all relate to him so much. Because we've all had them moments where we're just like the exact same.
He looks so lost when saying it as well. He looks so lost all the time. He doesn't know where he is. He always looks like he's trying to find his mum, but he's like...
He's off in space.
Yeah, he just looks high, bruv.
He's been eating brownies, bro. He's been eating brownies.
Oh yeah, that is bad. Charlie has a point. That's better than Endrick saying Bobby Charlton is his favorite ever player. Now the fucking Real Madrid players keep calling him Bobby in training.
Yeah.
Oh man, Palmer is literally like. Can we forget? Yeah, you know there was a time where us two we were older, we were younger than the Wonder Kids coming up. Now we're the same age as them. We're the same age as them, so that's why we can relate to them so much.
Yeah.
By the way, off topic, yeah, but that's when you know that you're getting old, because you know, like when I was
we're hitting uncle status right now.
Yeah, bro. You know when I was like 16? No, when I was turned 17, I was like, oh shit, there's a youngster in the Premier League that's younger than me. Oh shit, I'm getting old. That's the point where I was like, I'm 16 and I feel like I'm getting old. Because when you're going on, like if you play at FIFA career mode or Football Manager, you're looking at these Wonder Kids. You're looking at these Wonder Kids. You're signing Wonder Kids that are younger than you, and that's the point where you realize you're getting old. That is the moment.
Do you know when I first realised I was getting old in terms of football?
Yeah.
When I saw Ethan Waneri make his Premier League debut at 15. That was the moment I realised I hit uncle status.
I can't believe I'm about to say the sentence I'm old enough to remember. But speaking of Arsenal, remember Arsenal West Ham when we beat on the Emirates, like all them years, not the recent one, the one where we had Payet and them lot right at the start of the season.
Was that the opening day of the season? Opening day of 15-16?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Do you remember who made his debut and who was the youngest player to play in the Premier League at that point?
Reece Oxford.
Yeah. And we was like 13, 14 then, like 12, 13 roughly. Like that was when we was like younger than the Wonder Kids. But now you'll see Wanyeri come through and like, oh shit, I'm older than this guy. I'm like, hold on a sec, I'm older than Wanyeri. What the fuck? I went to the FA Cup Youth Final. I'm like, fuck, I'm older than these lot. I'm older than I'm older than Divine Mubama. I'm older than Callum Marshall. I'm older than George Urphy. What the fuck, bro?
I'm older than Miles Lewis Skelly. What the fuck, man?
You boys aren't getting old. There's a 2 in front of your birth year. Now, footballing works, isn't it? Because when people call me an uncle on TikTok, I ain't having it, bruv. I can't even be an uncle, let alone fucking call me an uncle status, bruv. Allow it, man. I'm 21, bruv. Don't call me an uncle now. Like, give me time at least. And like they're calling. I see this stuff on TikTok. Like, oh, if you remember all these songs, you're an uncle status, and they're songs from 2014. What do you mean, uncle, bruv? That was 10 years ago. We're telling me growing up on DJ Mustard, Chris Brown era is uncle status. Is that what you're telling me? All right, say less. Say less. You know when you're getting old, when you're older than most managers. Fucking hell, I don't want to think about that. If the day I'm older than a manager, yeah. On my days. Fuck that.
Brighton's manager's 9 years older than me. What the fuck?
Brighton's manager's younger than Milner and Welbeck.
Exactly. Welbeck was captain on Saturday.
Oh.
His manager's younger than his captain.
I just realized who the Brighton manager looks like. It's the trim. It's the trim that. Hold on. I want the character. Which one's the character? Yeah, it's him. Him. Hold on. Get me, fam. You remember Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Remember Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber? Yeah. This is the Brighton manager, bro. This is what this is what the Brighton manager looks like. No. We're actually gonna do this.
No.
This is his trim, bro. Tell me I'm wrong. Well done. Fabian Hertzler. You're telling me that you're telling me I don't look like him. You're telling me I don't look like Jim Carrey from Dumb. This is Jim Carrey. Dumb.
Honestly,
bruv, look at this, bruv. This is the perfect. This is the splitting image of him, bruv. This is Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber, bruv. Look at this. Why is it that facial expression as well? It's the exact same facial expression. Oh my god.
It actually is. Whoever's taken that picture has timed it perfectly. Whoever's taken that is like they need to take photography for all of his photos.
Charlie, I'll never get caught lacking. Because I was thinking of it. I was thinking of it when I was typing. Yeah, what the fuck could have come up if I type it in F, bruv? Like legit. Like also, who doesn't either clear their searches if you want to search something mad, or go in incognito mode?
Yeah, they invented private browser for a reason.
Yeah, private browsing, bro. Get to know about private browsing, bro. No comment. No comment. But get to know about private browsing. I'll never get caught lacking. The only time, like, do you know what, fun fact, yeah? I did the Fenerbahce Man United stream. That's a great answer to what can
Charlie,
you
where are your parents? Where are your parents?
Bro, Charlie has a family, bro. Charlie is a parent. Charlie Charlie's had a life. Charlie's had a life and a half. You need to know Charlie, bro. Oh my days. But no, I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was doing the Fenerbahce Man United watch along, yeah. And if you go on my channel, that is deleted now. And the reason why that's deleted is because basically, obviously, on StreamYard, yeah, I can add myself to the stage. Now I put the stream on. I do this whole thing, yeah, and people who watch my channel know this. I put starting soon because I'm literally starting soon as I put on an ad, and it's just the background of the stadium.
Yeah.
I accidentally showed myself topless for a split second at the start of the stream. And the reason why nobody noticed was because you ain't going to click at the start of the stream. Most people are clicking when the stream's already going on. So for a split second, I was changing clothes. I was changing into what I was going to wear for the stream.
Yeah.
I was trying to change the banner on my thing and I accidentally clicked add to stage for a split second. So as soon as the stream ended, I deleted that stream real quick because I was like, I ain't even trying to figure out how to cut that bit. I know you can cut bits out of streams and stuff. I ain't trying to figure that out. I'm deleting that stream.
Because the first thing that they're going to see if they haven't seen the watch along is you topless.
No, that's the thing. It was like 2 minutes in as well, so nobody's gonna watch the stream and then go specifically to that bit. So I probably would have got away with it, but that doesn't matter. What is on the internet stays on the internet. I don't want to see like it was mad. It was mad. But yeah,
that'll come back to haunt you.
Man said, "Was you practicing for your OnlyFans page?" No, I wasn't, mate.
What you're replacing Karina Kopf now, yeah?
Oh my days. Oh my days. Man, you see how he knows? He knows the names of these models, bruv.
Well, I follow Breadbatch. Innit? So I get all the updates.
Of course you do. Of course you do, bro. But listen,
that's why I know that fucking Tommy Fury's pulled out of I'm a Celebrity because he wants a rematch with KSI.
What the fuck?
I
didn't even know he was going to I'm a Celebrity. I don't keep up with this shit, bro. I do OnlyFans for the bag. Bro, as men, we can't do OnlyFans for the bag, though. Because we're men. Like,
there's no appeal there.
There's no appeal there, bruv. Any business you like
West Ham to do in January? It depends on the budget that we have. I'd say ideally, if you could get a striker, then yeah. If Fulkirk is still injured, but also a manager. Just get a manager now, and get a midfielder. But I to be honest, I don't really care that much. I don't really. If we did nothing in January, I'd still be putting pressure on the manager to get the best out of the squad we have. I felt like we did enough in the summer to put pressure on anyone that's going to be in charge. So I wasn't really thinking we were going to do any. That would be in the case where we have to do anything in January.
I think you did more than enough. I think you did more than enough in the summer.
But I also don't think that we'd be linked with anyone good enough in January that is like of a decent budget. Like it depends on the link as well. Because I remember seeing us linked to bare shit players. I was like, nah. I know Steiner ain't in charge of that. But I trust Steiner to do the business. So I don't really mind. I don't think anyone should leave. Yeah, like striker. We need a striker every 6 months. Tommy Fury is a flog. There's hundreds of my dick pics out there anyway. Giving away the product for free. This guy has a past, bruv. Evelyn from Stuttgart. I've heard good things about this guy, but I've watched Stuttgart once. I don't know if he played against Real Madrid, but that's the only Stuttgart game I've watched as of recently. But speaking of it's mad. It's a football stream. I don't care. These streams go left anyway. Most of my streams go left nowadays. Speaking of OnlyFans, did you hear about that girl that got ran through by 100 guys in one night?
Yeah, and then she said she wanted 1,000.
Like, bruv, she doesn't even belong to the street. She lives there.
And that, kids, is why we try and avoid diseases like gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis. That's why we don't do these things.
What's a trooper?
She said the bitch even said herself that she wanted to recreate that meme.
What meme?
You know the meme of the little white blonde girl sat on the sofa and she wanted to recreate that.
Someone said that was Joaquin Anderson at Palace.
Someone said that was Cole Palmer in the Chelsea changing rooms.
Oh my day! Oh god! Listen. Oh man!
I did see a meme before the Liverpool Chelsea game. They showed the Chelsea starting 11. It was just Palmer sat in the number 10, and someone put Palmer must be chock-a-block in the showers.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What's it? We're being unrealistic. We need time for the new place to better. We need a big read before considering 3 passes together. There is improvement already, but we can't see it. I don't agree with the manager in charge. I don't think there has been any improvement. He still don't know his best team. The team he ended up with the second half is how he should have started Suchek and Somerville over Rodriguez and Soler. If you're doing it over Rodriguez, I hear it. But I don't want 3 of them starting together. We keep judging our season with last season, but it's not fair. We only needed to bed in 4 players last season. One was Premier League proven, the others like Mavropanos took a little while. I agree with bedding in the players. I agree with you on bedding in the players, for sure. But with the manager, I don't think he can get the best out of this squad because he doesn't know how to play. He just contrasts in between 2 styles of play all the time. And the problem is, he changes his starting 11 like a lot, completely, where nobody can gel together. So he's not even giving himself time. We've been battered, and we haven't won enough games. And there's games like Brentford and Fulham, the approach to the game, off the ball and on the ball, where I don't know what the fuck we're trying to do. And to be honest, yeah, it is nothing to do with last season. I don't compare it to last season. Like a lot of people bring up, only time I've ever brought up last season and David Moyes is when people try and defend David Moyes, and I'm like, you didn't watch West Ham. Let me diffuse your argument real quick. And nothing to do with last season. My judgment against the group he has and how well we are playing. That's exactly what I do as well, bro. Suchek over Rod, Somerville over Soler. I need Somerville to start. The fact that he didn't start on the weekend and he scored, came on and scored, just says everything. If I was Somerville, I don't care. I would have just celebrated in front of the manager and told him to fuck off because that's what he should have done. But he celebrated with Kudus, fair enough. But honestly, this manager could go fuck himself. Legit. Like, how do you not start Somerville when Kudus is not fit, and you start a midfielder on the left, just like the previous manager did. I'm pretty much judging the manager of the same mistakes as the previous manager was making. But the only difference is, cool, it's 2 months in. I'm all for giving time if I can see something to give time. And I've said that a million times when I've tried to put my argument there towards both of the, but any manager. Put it this way, I don't owe any loyalty to any manager or player that plays for my club, no matter what they've done, because they play for the club that I support.
Yeah.
So the whole point is to be ruthless for a reason. The best clubs are ruthless. I know we're not trying to be the best in the world or anything, but we need to actually start kicking on eventually, because we've, as I said in the what we learned from the Man United game video, which you guys could go and check out. I've uploaded 3 videos today. Is we've put so much pressure on ourselves to start winning games now because of the fact that we haven't won enough games at the start of the season. So you're putting even more pressure on yourselves, game in, game out, to win another game. This guy's a piss take. I don't know. I always feel like I owe Pep for what he gave my club. This guy's such a piss take, man. If he could add a bit of defense to his game, Somerville, he'd be like a left-sided Saka, both very efficient with the ball, great G&A return as well. Yeah, I can see that. The thing is, as well, he tracked back for Leeds as well. He did track back for Leeds, but he just didn't have to do it as much. But with the Somerville thing, he's got the explosiveness we've needed from the left-hand side for a while. If this is something we've been missing, but he's still at the club, you got to play him. But listen, people, we will talk about West Ham throughout the week, and the preview to the Nottingham Forest game will be out on Thursday. Well, it'll be live on Thursday at 10 p.m. I'll pretty much be having clips probably from this stream or uploads on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. I probably won't be doing watch-alongs this week, but I'll have clips. I'll have videos out. I'll try and get videos out for every day. Try my best. We'll see what news comes out as well, whether we can actually talk about anything credible throughout the week. And yeah. Somerville lacks the limp to be sacked. And he showed up when we needed him sacking himself. Yeah, Charlie's bigger, even more of a bigger hater than I am.
Really, Charlie? Really?
He's a bigger hater.
I'm sat right here, bro. Come on now.
Need a more physical left back behind Somerville. Yeah, listen, we'll see. But anyway, people, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. The link to Alfie's channel is in the title, people. It's in the title. So when you refresh, you can click the link on Alfie's channel. And make sure to subscribe to him as well, people. Match reviews, match previews, and match reactions to all Arsenal games. So make sure to go and check it out. So if you like content from me with West Ham, you'll like content from Alfie when it comes to Arsenal. Make sure to do all of that as well. Road to 1K subscribers from me. And social medias is at GVO Mikes on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later.